Hello guys, welcome back to a new studio vlog. Today's studio vlog is pretty exciting for me because I'm going to make my first Etsy order. My shop has been open for a while, but there was literally 3 or 4 listings and I have added my cups. I believe it was last weekend. Yeah, I think so. Sorry for my cat, he wants to say hello. Those listings were not really good, to be honest. I just didn't have the time to work on them, and I guess I didn't find my thing on Etsy. I think I do now. I think I found my thing with the epoxy cups. And I posted them, I believe last weekend. I would have to check the dates. Yeah, we're Monday today. It wasn't this past weekend, it was the weekend before that. It was on Saturday, and I had my first order on Thursday, so within the first week of the shop being open, technically. I'm super proud. I can't believe it. Can't believe someone's giving me a chance and is within the first week of really having the shop going, because before that I've only had 2 orders and they were printable stickers. So I feel like I might be going in the right direction. So today this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna make the cup that the customer wants. It's the 3 broomstick Starbucks Harry Potter cup with gold and red glitter and her name on it, so that's exciting. The only thing is I've been working towards being able to make this cup on Monday, and I knew I was low on ink, but I guess it was fine every time I was printing, but then I really realized I was low on yellow and I don't really know why. And we did a test print with the printer that shows your level of ink, and like the yellow is totally gone. I need a lot of yellow for the Harry Potter logos that I need to print, so I don't really know how that's gonna go. So I have an HP printer, and if you don't know, they have this thing now where they send you ink, and I always thought it didn't make a difference. $3, $5, or $10 per month, depending on how you use it. And I've never done it because I thought, well, it's not gonna make a difference, it's just for fancy people. Then I realized that an ink cartridge is like $90 at Office Depot, and we haven't printed a lot with it. Honestly, if I've printed 10 pages with that cartridge, and my husband printed in black, like just black stuff, and we're already like So it's insane. So we did that, but that, like, they sent me an email and said that it would take 10 business days. So I hope it's shorter than that, because if not, I'm going to be in big trouble, let me tell you. Because I put for that order 14 days and we're already like at the 9 days. But this is something you have to be ready for. When you put something for a listing, you have to be ready and more than ready. And for these cups, I can't have them pre-made because I need to put their name on it. And if I pre-make the cup and just leave it at the stage for me to put the name, it's just gonna catch on dust. And I mean, I just don't think it's gonna be nice. I think it's just better. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to find a system. So the main thing on the agenda today is to make that cup, at least start it, get to the point where I can put the glitters, not the stickers, but I can put her name. What else? Behind me, you see where there's a bunch of rolls right there? Here underneath there's an IKEA box. Well, that's like a divider. I want to put that so I can divide my colors of vinyls. Also, I'll show you something I got at the Dollar Tree. If you've watched the first vlog, you know that I was using syringes to get my epoxy to do my mix, and I think it was working fine until like the bottle got lower, and then I couldn't get the epoxy because the syringe was too thick and wouldn't get inside. And because one part is really thick, it's really hard to get it in. So I got this from the Dollar Tree. Hopefully it will be fine, but now I realize I don't really have like a small measured cup, but I think it will still be better to have this. At least the opening is much larger. And then I also bought these little containers. And what I want to do with that, if you make cups, you know, when you pour, like when you put glitter on the cup, then you have a little plate, little tray, paper, whatever to catch the glitter. And then you do that every time so you can save some glitter, right? Well, I realized when I'm doing it that even though I catch a lot of glitter, sometimes when I'm done with like gold, and let's say I move on to the red, there's still some gold that falls, or gold that did not leave the paper, and then I move on to the red, and so I end up with a mix. And my 2 types of of cup that I've made so far sometimes involves a mix. So what I'm gonna do, for example, today, and I've done this with my 4th of July cup, is that when I have a mix at the bottom, I'm just gonna catch it and put in the container. Here it was just a Tupperware, but I think these are smaller and they're probably better. And so I'm gonna keep this little mix of the main colors so I can like dust it all over, because even though it's like a gradient of blue, red, and then silver, there's still a bit of blue, a little bit of red, a little bit of everywhere. And then we're gonna get started, even though it's pretty early. I've never started a cup at 9 in the morning. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have coffee or breakfast, but I think I'm just gonna set up shop. I'm probably gonna eat before I get started with the cup, because if not, I'm gonna be starving. What else can we do today? I wanted to do a test print on my stickers. You know, when you make an order, when you pack an order, you put a little sticker with your logo. I've designed a logo. Friday night, I think I didn't put it in the vlog because I didn't know I was gonna do it, and I closed the vlog and I was just chilling, and I was like, okay, I have a bright idea for a logo, let me try to draw it. So I've done that. All there is to do really is test print it on a sticker paper so I can also see where's my level of ink, if that's good or not. I don't mind wasting a sticker paper. I have a ton, and I don't know if it's like my favorite sticker paper in the world. I've placed a few AliExpress orders, but I'll show you throughout time, I guess. I have some packages. One is alcohol ink and the other is USPS boxes, but I don't know if I'm gonna use these boxes to ship, to be honest, because they seem very big. So, oh yeah, and I'm gonna finish the lid of the previous cup. I forgot to give you an update on this. The cup turned out fine the next day. So this is the cup. As you can tell with the reflection of the light, it's a bit like wobbly, but really it isn't. It's just because I waited too long to work on the epoxy. I guess I worked with very dry epoxy. I don't really know what I did. Here's the lid. I really like it. It's pretty. The inside I still haven't cleaned, and the inside of this one is clean. It's not easy to get out the epoxy and the paint, and like be careful when you're cleaning the inside that you don't get any acetone like too much on the edge. I've seen people like go with the thing of acetone, but like acetone and epoxy don't like each other, so you might just get the epoxy out by wiping acetone. But it looks good, and the lid looks good. It's kind of tough to close it, even though there's not a ton of epoxy on there on like the edge. It's kind of tough to close it, but I'm gonna clean this. Maybe that will help, and then we'll see. Anyway, no matter what, lesson learned. And so this is how it looks like. I want to add another layer of epoxy on there because this is the layer where it has the glitter, and even though it's not too big of a deal, like it could still be cool like this without another layer. I want it to keep its like vibrance, the glitter. I want the glitter to be protected. Okay, one thing I want to add about epoxy, about this cup, in case I never go back to it. I didn't realize, and that's my fault, that epoxy has a temperature window, meaning there's a window where you can't, if it's too cold, you can't work with epoxy, or it just doesn't work well. And if it's too hot, the epoxy melts, apparently. I was under the impression that epoxy could resist a high temperature because people use it for countertops. However, a brand is not the other, and certain epoxy are made to work well with high temperatures, while others are not necessarily meant for that. The brand of epoxy that I use is Art and Glow, and they are crafting epoxy. So they're meant for casting, they're meant to create jewelry or anything like that. The highest temperature that epoxy, I guess, is able to stand, if that makes any sense. On their website, it says 120 degrees Fahrenheit. However, a coffee served hot at Starbucks can reach 175 if it's a black coffee, and possibly around the same thing for water for tea. So since this is not a Yeti cup or of any kind, the heat goes through really fast, and I was worried it could melt the cup. So I did a little experiment, and I have warmed water up to 146 Fahrenheit. I know it's 146 because I have a little arrow on my KitchenAid kettle. It says 146 Fahrenheit, and it was fine. It did not melt, it didn't feel funny or anything, but definitely this kind of epoxy is not like rock hard. I don't know how to explain it. Like, it is still hard, like I can still go at it, but if it was squeezed between two things, it could maybe like break or have a dent or not look pretty anymore. So I'm running low anyway on this kind of epoxy, and I'm going to switch, and I think I'm gonna go with the FX epoxy. At first I was gonna go with Pro Marine, but at first I read some really good reviews, and then the more I was researching, the reviews were worse and worse. So, and then the reviews were bad again, so annoying. And FX epoxy, at first I was like, maybe it's not worth it because it's very expensive, and I thought, well, it's very expensive for what it is. But then doing my research, I realized that FX epoxy is so popular probably because it allows very high temperature, because it's a countertop epoxy made for kitchens. You can put a hot plate on it and it will be fine. Their website says that you are fine until 500 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really high, because a coffee at Starbucks is never meant to be above 180. Even if you ask for extra hot, per regulation, they're not allowed to give you something, I think 180 or 190. But I saw someone on Reddit say that their shop would not allow above 180. So I think it's fine. However, I was holding the cup at close to 150. It gets hot. These Starbucks cups are not meant for you to just be like, hey, here's my hot coffee, let me grab it. No, I would, if you only drink black coffee, I don't even think you're supposed to use these reusable cups, because they're way too hot. These are probably good for like the fancy drinks, pumpkin spice, anything like that, where there's whipped cream and it cools down faster, and it's not meant to be served super high. So that was my word on this. However, I do not have like the same extreme feelings about the epoxy when it comes to cold cups, because I think this epoxy is really good if you're working with something that's supposed to stay cold. I don't have the same worries. So since I sold a cold cup, and my next design is also going to be on a cold cup, I'm probably gonna be fine finishing the bottle, and then I'll upgrade the epoxy. I think it will be just fine. I don't see any problem. This one is a present for my mom. I'm not selling this. Yeah, and I have even removed the option to ask for a hot cup, because I don't want any problems, don't want no one to die. So yeah, I also want to touch on the FDA situation with epoxy, but I will do that in a separate video, because there's more things I want to talk about, and this is gonna get very long. I think we're gonna get to work.
Donc grâce à lui, Harry est venu aussi, hein, en forme.
Puis ce qui va désormais les nourrir et les faire vivre, des plants d'oignons et de pommes de terre. En revanche, tout va bien pour Blandine, mais l'hiver est arrivé.
Là, il fait presque 2 degrés. Il fait passer une certaine température. En négatif, il ne peut pas sortir avec l'autre. C'est beaucoup trop froid pour lui. Il risque d'avoir son visage tout gelé. S'il prend son doudou, ça veut dire je suis fatiguée et je peux dormir.
Le froid n'empêche pas Blandine de respecter la coutume locale.
C'est la tenue de la sieste. C'est pas une sieste particulière sur le balcon. Là, il fait 3 degrés. Il est très très bien couvert. Enfin, c'est vrai qu'ils ont un mode de vie totalement différent d'une autre. Il y a pas mal de choses qui m'ont surprise quand je suis arrivée. Par exemple, leur culture du sauna. Ouais, je me suis retrouvée avec toute la famille, donc la maman, le grand-père, des amis du père, dans le sauna. Donc moi j'étais en maillot de bain, mais eux ils n'avaient pas de maillot de bain. Donc c'est vrai qu'au début ça fait un peu bizarre, ça surprend. Mais du moins de la nudité, il n'y a aucune pudeur. Mais après, à niveau affectif, ils sont hyper pudiques, il n'y a pas de...
Pas de bisous, pas de câlin, pas de poignée de main. Enfin, ouais, c'est bizarre, le contraste.
Au fil des mois, Blandine a développé une grande complicité avec Mika et Mira. Tous ont le même but,
Allez, on recommence.
le bonheur du petit Rolly. On forme une bonne équipe parce qu'elle fait les choses elle-même, sans que j'ai besoin de le lui dire. Elle est ici, comme à la maison.
Blandine est presque comme nous. Elle adore la musique, la forêt, les beaux repas, le vin rouge, tout ce qu'on aime. On s'est bien trouvé. Elle fait partie de la famille. C'est même plus profond que de l'amitié.
Blandine a même fait des progrès en finnois.
Je prends des cours de finnois 2 fois par semaine. Du coup, j'ai appris pas mal de mots. Après, j'ai appris des mots des mots assez basiques par rapport au petit. Je dis un bonjour, comment ça va, merci, au revoir. Je commence à avoir pas mal de vocabulaire, mais après, je pense pas assez parce que j'ai l'impression de quelqu'un. C'est très très compliqué de former des phrases. Je pense que c'est l'une des langues les plus difficiles au monde à apprendre.
À son arrivée, Blandine redoutait l'isolement et le huis clos avec Ronnie. Mais grâce aux réseaux sociaux, elle a rencontré d'autres jeunes Françaises, jeunes filles au pair, comme elle.
Au début de mon aventure, des fois c'était difficile parce que même pendant mes jours off, je restais à la maison. Et du coup, je me suis beaucoup ennuyée. Puis après, j'ai trouvé mes copines et là, du coup, ça allait beaucoup mieux.
Ce soir, elles se sont donné rendez-vous dans le centre d'Helsinki pour l'anniversaire de Lou.
De la vie, so 80 choses s'il vous plaît.
Maëlys, Marie et Lou sont arrivées comme Blandine il y a 3 mois et aucune ne regrette son choix.
J'ai l'impression de trop travailler, mais en même temps, les filles sont là qui veulent te voir le soir, faire des visites, et puis je pense qu'on oublie vite que c'est un travail quand même. Parce qu'on passe tellement de bon temps avec les enfants que se retrouver surtout en étant toute française, ça fait du bien de parler français. On partage des expériences. Et au final, on est tout le temps ensemble.
Les jeunes au pair profitent de leur aventure pour voir du pays. Elles sont allées ensemble au village du Père Noël, à Copenhague, au Danemark, et à Tallinn, en Estonie. Des voyages qui ont fait grandir la petite fille du Nord.
Avant, pour moi, c'était inconcevable d'aller dans un magasin et de demander quelque chose en anglais, alors que maintenant, ça vient naturellement. Et ça, c'est incroyable. Je suis très très contente de ça parce que c'était mon but en fait. Je suis venue ici pour ça, pour justement améliorer mon anglais. Et moi, je pense que j'ai pris beaucoup de confiance en moi en étant ici. C'est peut-être l'expérience la plus intense de notre vie qu'on est en train de vivre en ce moment. Aller vivre pendant 1 an dans un pays qu'on ne connaît pas, avec des personnes qu'on ne connaît pas, c'est forcément intense. Je pense que c'est vraiment une chance ce qu'on est en train de vivre. Allez.
Blandine a encore 7 mois devant elle.
C'est partie des 7 armes réelles qu'on a à part la tendresse pour traverser une maladie. Une maladie du type irréversible.
La tendresse, l'écriture, mais aussi l'engagement. Depuis
So it's currently 4. I don't think I've been super productive, but my cup is still turning. That's the problem with cups and epoxy. Is that it's super cool, it's a really awesome concept. But there's so much time in between that you're just sitting here being like, I wish I could move forward. But yeah, I'm kind of stuck right now because with low ink in the printer, I can't print anything. I was gonna say I can't print this or this. Well, no, I can't print anything. I have to print the stickers to go directly on the cup. I have to print my little shipping stickers, you know, with my logo that I can put on the package. I have to print care cards, like instructions when you receive the card, when you receive the cup, so you don't put in the dishwasher or anything like that. But I still have to make those. I almost forgot to tell you, this is the same day, guys. I just felt like taking a shower. I wasn't feeling myself, felt kind of hot. Like my hair, I had to wash my hair. So the desk cleaned up. Try to fix this thing. I don't know, man. That's gonna be a tough one. I feel like I should pour some epoxy in it, honestly. I don't know. I have to make it work though. I have to have 2 cup turners. So I organized some stuff. I put things on the windows. You just saw me put this together. Normally it comes with like little stickers that you're supposed to put so the thing sticks. But I don't want to do that because if I want to move it, put it here or somewhere else, I want to have the freedom to remove it. So, but it's fine. It holds up well. I feel like it's more organized. I don't just have like rolls of stuff everywhere. So that's good. I didn't end up doing the lid of my mom's cup because I ran out of epoxy. Actually, I used all the epoxy for the cup over there. There's more glitter than on the one on the picture on the listing. I'm going to move to the living room because my brain is kind of fried because I stress so much whenever I make a cup because I'm so worried something's going to go wrong. And I'm probably causing my own troubles, you know what I mean? But yeah. I mean, since something did go wrong with this machine, Jesus Christ. But so I'm going to relocate to the living room, work on these things so at least when the ink gets here, which I didn't get a shipping notification today. Kind of freaks me out. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys before I stop for possibly the night what I've been doing. Sorry, that's French TV right there. Okay, so I've done the packing stickers. They're about done. Well, they are done. I just have to... Jesus, can this open, please? Okay, they're here. So just simple. I did the cut on the inside in case it moves around. I don't want white around the sticker. But yeah, it's pretty basic. You can see the design. It's a book and a cup of coffee. And I don't know what this is, but they say print border, cut border and print border, so I don't know if I need to worry about this area. Anyway, we'll see when I do a test print and cut. So I've done that. And then I've been working on my business card kind of and care. So I don't want to do more than one little thingy. Like I don't want to have a business card, a care card, etc., and then people just end up tossing them. So I'm going to do a business card / care card / bookmark because I always end up using people's business cards as bookmarks. So this is in the shape of a Starbucks coffee cup. So I pretty much took a picture of a Starbucks cup and then did the tracing over it, and so in the front I put Kathleen's Basic Shop. I don't want anything on the front really because people are using it as bookmark. I don't want it to look like an advertisement. I just want it to look like like a cup of a Starbucks cup of coffee, or I don't know. I just don't want the social media and everything in the front. And then the second page is the back, and then it will say keep me around, I'm a bookmark, but I haven't decided which font I want yet. And then I will add my social media. I was working on getting the icons. I will use these icons that have no background because they're pretty simple. And it will just say Kathleen's Basics, and then it will say instruction probably at the bottom. I don't really know. It will say something like not dishwasher safe. I don't really know how I'm gonna word it yet, but that's what I've been doing. Alright guys, this is it for the studio vlog number 3, I believe. Oh my god, today has been exhausting. I don't know why I put so much pressure on myself for these cups, and that I literally, after I was done making the cup, it felt like a workout, like I was exhausted. Oh my god. I need to have more confidence in myself so whenever I'm making the cup, I'm not like draining my energy. But anyway, it just sucks that I don't have the ink yet. At least with this new system that HP has where they deliver the ink, it's like the printer knows when they're running low and they're sending a notification to HP to send you a new one. I should never run out of ink again. This is the whole like point of this. Anyway, I'm rambling. It's like I don't want to let you guys go. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you've been enjoying the studio vlogs, and I hope you will keep enjoying them. And I will see you in the next studio vlog. And also, it would really mean the world to me if you would subscribe and stick around for more videos so we can get on this adventure together. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!